Now, take Peter Obi. He said rascality. Who can be more rascal than Obi? Obi became a governor. He was governor for Anambra State for 8 years. He conducted local government election 2 months to when he was leaving office. 2 months, 8 years as governor. Does he have what it takes to comment about conduct of election that was properly done and backed up by law? When Obi was governor, Nigerians forget easily. Doctors were on strike for 13 good months. Hospitals were shut down. 13 good months. Are we saying that we're not aware of this? So what do you mean rascality? Who's more rascal? So you should not take the views of the, because you see, their anger is that they are looking for where they will get funding. And that's no longer available in Rivers State. They have no capacity or morals to even talk about it. A competent court of jurisdiction, Federal High Court, gave order, gave judgment, said, look, don't do this. Atiku was one of those who held the conduct of that election. Now, under the regulatory power of the president on the emergency rule, he has said, go ahead and conduct local government election. What I thought we should be more preoccupied is, one, was the election free and fair? If you ask me, I saw State Independent Electoral Commission chairman. Of course, you know, I don't even know most of them, but they call me. They are from Sokoto, I'm from Ogun, I'm from this. We came to
Viewers, what is happening right now in Nigeria's political space will shock you, because this time, Wike did not hold back at all. He came out boldly and threw direct shade at Peter Obi, saying, "You're too rascal to talk about Rivers politics." Yes, those were his exact words. It wasn't hidden, it wasn't whispered, he said it loud and clear, and since then, the political atmosphere has been buzzing. Now, before we break it down, please don't forget, if you love understanding what's really happening in Nigerian politics in simple English, make sure you like this video right now and subscribe, because this gist you're about to hear is just the beginning of a bigger story. So here's how it all started. Peter Obi made some comments about the political tension in Rivers State, calling out what he described as undemocratic behavior and power play going on there. He said the government should allow people's voices to count and elections should be transparent and peaceful. Now, many people thought he was just expressing concern like any citizen would. But Wike didn't take it lightly at all. In response, Wike hit back, calling Obi too rascal to talk about politics in Rivers State. He said Obi had no right to lecture anyone about good governance or elections because, according to him, Obi's own record when he was governor wasn't perfect. Wike went further to say that Obi should focus on cleaning his own house before pointing fingers at others. Now that's where the drama started. People began asking, why so much anger? Why call a former governor and presidential candidate a rascal? What's really going on between these two men? You see, both of them, Wike and Obi, represent very different political paths. Obi represents calmness, reform, and that image of integrity and modesty. Wike, on the other hand, is loud, bold, and unapologetically firm. So when these two clash, it's always explosive. But here's what makes this particular moment even more interesting. Wike's statement wasn't just about Obi's personality, it was about political control. Wike still sees Rivers State as his stronghold, his territory, his legacy. He has always been protective of that political base. So when Obi made comments about Rivers politics, it probably felt to Wike like an outsider was trying to question his authority. Now let's pause a bit. What do you think, my people? Do you think Wike was right to respond that way? Or should he have just ignored Obi's comments and kept quiet? Tell me in the comments below because I want to hear your thoughts. And while you're typing, please like this video so more people can join in this conversation. Alright, let's go deeper. Some political watchers believe Wike's outburst is not really about Rivers politics alone, it's about national positioning. Remember, both Wike and Obi were major players in the last presidential election. Wike worked for the ruling party while Obi contested under the Labour Party. Ever since then, there's been an unspoken tension between the camps, one representing power, the other representing reform. So when Wike fired that shot, many felt it was political, a way to remind Obi that in Nigeria's political terrain, street smartness often beats gentleness. Wike might be saying indirectly, this is politics, not prayer meeting, if you want relevance, you fight for it. But then again, there are others who feel Wike went too far. They say his language was unnecessary and that as a minister, he should set a better example. Some citizens said it shows the lack of respect and unity among leaders who should be focusing on development, not throwing insults. And you know Nigerians, social media went on fire. Some said, Wike just exposed the division among politicians. Others said, Obi should not reply, because silence will speak louder. And some even joked that, Wike has just given Obi free campaign attention again. But when you look closer, there's something deeper here. It's about image. Obi has always built his image on humility, calmness, and moral discipline. Wike's attack was aimed at shaking that image. By calling him a rascal, he's trying to drag Obi into a space of noise and confrontation, a space Wike himself is very comfortable in. Now, whether Obi replies or not will determine the next direction of this story. Because if he stays quiet, people will say he's maintaining maturity. But if he replies, it becomes a headline war. Obi responds to Wike, and that will feed the drama even more. So let me ask you again, my people, if you were Peter Obi, what would you do? Would you reply or just stay quiet? Drop your answer in the comment section because this one is interesting to analyze. Now, some political experts have also pointed out that this clash could affect the balance of relationships in Nigeria's political system. Wike is part of the ruling government, while Obi is one of the strongest voices in opposition. This kind of public disagreement draws more attention to the differences between the old political structure and the new one that Obi represents. But one thing is certain, both men are influential. And in Nigeria, influence is power. So every word they say sends ripples across the nation. To conclude, this issue between Wike and Obi is more than just name-calling. It's a reflection of the deeper struggle for relevance, respect, and recognition in Nigeria's ever-dynamic politics. Wike's statement might sound harsh, but it's also strategic. It's a reminder that in politics, power protects itself. And Obi, on the other hand, remains the voice of calm persistence that refuses to fade. So let's watch how this unfolds. Will Obi speak up or ignore it completely? Will this create more division or spark reconciliation later? Only time will tell. Thank you so much for watching till this point, I truly appreciate you. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss our next big political breakdown. Because trust me, the next chapter of this gist is coming soon, and we'll be right here to analyze it together in clear, simple English that everybody can understand. When you compare Wike and Peter Obi's style of leadership, it's like watching two completely different movies in the same cinema. Both men have their strengths, but the way they handle power, people, and pressure says a lot about who they really are. Let's start with Peter Obi. When he was the governor of Anambra State, one thing stood out: simplicity. Obi wasn't known for big drama or loud speeches. He preferred calm, calculated moves. He was the kind of leader who would rather sit with you in a quiet meeting and explain numbers than shout on the podium. Remember when he used to carry his own bag, fly economy class, and cut down unnecessary government spending? Those small actions made people feel like he was one of them. People still recall how he left billions of naira in Anambra's account when he left office, something very rare in Nigerian politics. So, Obi's brand became a symbol of financial discipline and humility. His calmness gave many people hope that politics could be clean and focused on service. Now let's talk about Wike. Wike is the complete opposite. He's loud, energetic, and unafraid to speak his mind, even if it shakes the room. When he was the governor of Rivers State, his presence was everywhere. If there was a project to commission, he was there. If someone tried to challenge him, he was ready to respond immediately. Some people call him the bulldozer because of how fast he pushed projects and handled opposition. Under Wike, Rivers State saw massive infrastructure development, bridges, roads, flyovers, and public buildings. You can't deny that the man worked hard for visibility. But on the other side, people often criticized him for being too confrontational, saying he doesn't know how to let things go quietly. So, when you put these two men side by side, Obi and Wike, what you see is the contrast between calm and fire, discipline and dominance, strategy and strength. Both are powerful in their own way. But when their personalities clash, it becomes big news, because both of them have loyal followers who believe deeply in their style of leadership. And now, this latest drama, Wike calling Obi too Rascal to talk about Rivers politics, just brings that contrast into full view again. One side prefers quiet diplomacy, the other prefers loud defense. But here's something deeper: this kind of rivalry is also shaping Nigeria's political conversation. It's teaching people that leadership isn't just about power, it's about style and substance. Some citizens want the Wike type, bold, active, and fast. Others want the Obi type, calm, thoughtful, and focused on accountability. So at the end of the day, this isn't just Wike versus Obi. It's actually a reflection of Nigeria's political divide, between old-style politics and new-style reform. Between fire and calm. Between loudness and logic. But one thing is sure, both men care about relevance. And in Nigerian politics, relevance is the heartbeat of survival. You can't fade, you can't disappear, you must stay in the news, because the moment people stop talking about you, your political power starts to fade. So this clash, my people, is not just about words. It's about keeping political attention alive. It's about reminding Nigerians, I'm still here. I'm still powerful. Don't forget my name. Now let's be honest, whether you support Wike or Obi, there's something to learn from both. Wike teaches that leadership sometimes requires courage and loudness to push through. Obi teaches that leadership also requires calmness, logic, and self-control. Combine the two, and you get balance. Strong and steady leadership. So, what's your take, my viewers? Do you think Nigeria needs more leaders like Wike, bold and loud, or more like Obi, calm and disciplined? Tell me in the comment section below, because this is a conversation worth having. And please, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so you won't miss our next gist, because what's coming next might just surprise you. The political stage is heating up again, and we'll be right here to break it down for you in clear, simple English that everyone can enjoy. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Your support means everything. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and stay engaged.